Peace and justice are two sides of the same coin. A new party member greets our heroes at the entrance to a cave that could lead them into the heart of the mountain. What new discoveries will they make? Who will they find? And who already knows that they're coming? How interesting. The final key draws near to the others. The inevitability of a quarrel is palpable. Watching these ants bicker over bubbles would bring some entertainment, I think. But what if one faction controlled them all? I could be free, and my masters could join the fun. Welcome to the SpellCast.
Azazel?
Azazel.
Azazel. I love it. It's like Hazel. I love it. It's fucking awesome.
It's actually an angel. It's a fallen angel.
Yes.
Oh.
It's the meteor.
I see what you've done here.
You get it?
So
Roland says, Azazel, could you help me push this box? It's an orbital drop chamber.
Yes.
That's what they call it. ODC for short. But he says the box, and he sort of like points to everyone behind him except for Lilith, because they're not agency trained, right? So he's asking you to help him push it into the ocean where it will sink and no one will find it.
Yes, of course.
So,
and I'm like trying to drag the door.
yeah, no, that goes
I
into...
stop you and it's kind of...
She just picks it up.
It's kind of...
Yeah.
I'll pick up the door.
I
I
have a strength
kind of
amount
like...
of 0.
No, but I kind of like discus throw it.
Yeah, it skips like 3 times. You're fine.
Well, just again.
So what does Azazel look like?
Azazel is tall, I believe I wrote about 6'1".
How tall is Ront now?
You wouldn't know.
No, stop.
6'1", blonde hair, hazel eyes. At the moment, I'm wearing a very long red tunic robe that is buttoned in the front, belt, and a broadsword at my side. My hair is in a ponytail, just just keeping it loose.
So for the most part, it looks like she looks just like a human, right?
Yeah, just like a human, just a little, sturdy. I'm kind of muscly, lean.
I look over at Hal and I said, "Did you see that entrance? I gotta do some rolls like that next time."
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
So, I just, for the audience, want to, again, thank Sam for coming back in and welcome her back. It's glad to have you back. We enjoyed having you first.
And thank you for picking strength as one of your high stats.
Well, the last
That's
game,
necessary.
weird fun fact there, the last game I played with the majority of people, I was a barbarian as well.
Yes.
And I skewered a bunch of seagull men.
Yep. Fucking worked, people.
So
just like to give a bit of context to that, we were playing Blades of the Iron Throne, I think, which is an incredibly combat,
really crunchy combat system. It was like dual phase combat. You had to split your dice pools. There were tables for everything.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I'm laughing because the game I play, Puzzles and Dragons, has Azazel in it.
and in the Hebrew mythology, Azazel was this like a desert kind of spirit, basically a demon, but not quite the way we think of it now. And they used to send out a goat as an offering so that the demon would not come and cause all kinds of trouble. That's where the term scapegoat comes from. Because you basically put all of the sin onto the goat, and it goes off and becomes it takes the goat rather than taking you. So Azazel is really fucking badass.
It's funny because it says Azazel is responsible for teaching people to make weapons and cosmetics, which is why he or she was cast out of heaven and taught men to make swords and knives and shields and breastplates. So blacksmith, I can learn a lot.
So after you get through pushing the ODC into the river, it sinks and bubbles and everything, and you already got your equipment out of there. It's fine. I'm not gonna oh no, you forgot to do something. Oh no. Right? He looks at you and he says, "You may notice there's only 4 of them. So, time to see if the training paid off." And he takes this amorphous ball of green energy and he sort of lobs it in your direction.
of course,
You catch it.
catch it.
Easy.
Yeah, easy peasy.
It does pulse with you. This is no surprise to you so much because you went through a bunch of classes on theory briefings about what could happen. Just be prepared for anything. Also, you've been doing missions in God's no fucking where, so it's no surprise. But in your hand, you feel this word that comes into your mind, which you didn't expect. It says order, and this amorphous blob of green energy sort of elongates itself and turns into a greatsword. And what was your description for this greatsword? Because it was fucking awesome, and I can't do it justice. I honestly can't.
Can I describe the feeling?
Yes.
It's warm. It's very warm in my hand, and it does pulse. As it does elongate, it also stretches around. Excuse me! I know where your mind's going,
the
Joe.
wrong word.
Oh my
I'm
god,
sorry.
as it evolves.
Yes.
There we go.
That's perfect.
As it evolves. How about that one?
has no words.
It wraps around my wrist in thorny vines, and with like autumn leaf colors, it changes to more fall type as it grows.
Ooh.
And it takes on the resemblance of an aloe spike. Yes. With beautiful colors of red and yellow and tones of brown. And it's thicker at the base of the hilt. And as it grows longer, it's thinner with little spikes at the end. That's really it, with autumn leaf colors.
And it also deals, on top of the 2d6 slashing damage, it deals 1d4 poison damage.
Yes.
So without further ado, there is a cave entrance.
We're
It is a
good.
jagged cut in the rock, and it's dark inside. Those of you with dark vision can see that it's kind of curved. Think of like those salt caves, that are like just have beautiful curves and such.
Yeah.
Or like that cave in the chasm entrance in Indiana Jones, where it's like this really jagged, like sandy rock, whatever thing that they walk through and ride the mules through, the horses through. It's in The Last Crusade with Sean Connery. It's a great movie. You should see it. It's like that. It's thin. You can lead the mules through it. It's you have to squeeze a little bit, but it's fine.
Come on, Starbright.
All right. So you start heading through the cave, and at some
Oh, what
point,
order should we go in?
Yeah, this is important.
You guys want to roll for it?
Okay.
I don't mind.
I am as far the fuck away from Lilith as I can possibly
Do
be.
you want to be? Are you behind her or in front of her?
I don't know.
Let's put you behind her.
Let's put me behind her.
Just so.
I'll be in the back.
Yeah.
You'll be behind me?
Do you want to be in the very back?
+6.
Yeah, I'll for stealth
Shit.
specifically. Yeah, I don't mind going in front.
Okay, so Halexan first. Roland will probably be
I'd be
next to
super
you.
down to be
Can Roland see
behind
the dark?
Azazel.
Roland can. He's an Azamar.
I mean,
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. I mean, I was gonna.
Is there anything other than human that doesn't have dark vision?
Halfling. Yeah. So it's gonna be Halexan and Roland, and then Lilith right next to Roland, and then probably one of the mules as you're leading one.
I'll go directly after the mule.
Cool.
It'll be Samuel and then me.
Cool. Pickles is kind of fucking Pickles.
Can I be by Pickles? Can I be that?
Yes, you can be by Pickles. Yes.
leaves me to be the back.
I mean,
love
it's
dogs.
Sav'ah and then Ron.
I love Pickles.
So, cool. So you guys are walking down this.
And we're with Starbright in the back.
Yes, and Sam. Yes. So you guys are walking down
I'm
Sav'ah.
actually watching our backs as
See?
opposed to looking ahead.
You can see in the dark. You see out of the corner of your eye, fiery wings flitter and flutter about gracefully
Like in the cave.
in the cave with you, next to you.
I
So-
glance next to me.
So something has landed on your shoulder. It is a bird. It's very similar to depictions of the phoenix, made of fire, on your shoulder next to you. It kind of looks at you, does the weird bird head cocky
The bird thing.
It doesn't say anything, and it flaps off, and it's silent as fucking night
That's
when it
fucking
flaps
cool.
off. And it flies. None of you see this thing.
I look around. I look behind me at Ron.
No one's fucking
I'm
reacting
like-
to it.
I mean, I'm actually watching her back, so if you try to get my attention at all, I'll just be like, huh?
Yeah. So I'm walking. I'm like. So it flies off, and I'm like. When I look at you,
What's up?
bird.
I've been watching her back. I didn't see anything.
You turn back, to look forward, and the phoenix, the little firebird, is like sort of like flapping its wings just in front of you, stays the same distance from you, looking straight at you as you're walking. And
I
then
look back at it.
yeah, and then it sort of turns its head and it sort of flies away, hovering as gracefully and as speedily as a fucking hummingbird, but just these wings are flapping slowly, like in slow motion. And it flies and it weaves in and out in the midst of the people and like the mastiff and the mules, and it lands on Lilith's shoulder, and then it turns its head back at you, and all of a sudden your vision is kind of altered. It's as if you're staring at the bird as if it was 5 to 10 feet in front of you, but it's as if you have periscoped in with your vision in your mind's eye.
Okay.
And it looks at you and it blinks. And as it blinks, you can see that its eyelids are this magmatic, stony sort of crackle texture. It blinks and it looks at you, and in your head, you hear a question. What is justice?
It's supposed to sound like Batman.
Tell me where the drugs are.
Sorry. It's fine.
What is justice?
Justice, by the way, is the word that popped in your head when you pulled out the whip.
Understand?
Oh.
You just speak a little clearer. I can tell you what you want to know.
Sorry. It's fine.
I think back at it. My justice is for my family and myself.
As soon as you say that, the bird looks at your sister and looks forward and sort of cinders away from her shoulder. Discover justice.
I did already. Just told you what it was.
Did you say that out loud?
Do I hear that?
Yes.
Are you alright?
What?
I'm fine.
Okay.
So, it takes you guys about 15 minutes to get through this small chasm. And it begins to open up at the top. You see that there is a weird sheer cut where the chasm, you can look up what was a roof. It opens up into what seems to be above you, this deep cavern, but you're still in this chasm. And then you can see that it ends at like a point about 50 feet in front of you. So you're kind of in this middle of this chasm. Your choices are to go back or somehow climb up.
Anybody want to get on my shoulders?
How much soft rope do we have?
Go for a run.
Now, I will say this. At the end, it is kind of ramped a little bit so that maybe with some urging you can get the donkeys to somehow difficultly get up there. It's not like they're
Protect
stuck.
the mule. Are they mules or donkeys?
I've said donkeys the whole time.
No,
Well,
You said mules.
Okay.
You said mule.
Fair
Fair
enough.
Samuel.
There's a big difference.
Samuel. Yes, there is a big difference. Yes, they're mules. They are mules. They are mules. Mules.
The
Samuel.
difference is like
Samuel and
carrying weight and whether or not they can have children.
No, mules have longer ears and they're bigger
They are true. That's true. They
and
are.
slimmer, not as stout.
and they can support a half-grown
They're
elf.
still asses, though.
So,
I want us to have this entire conversation in character.
Yes, yes. While you guys are maneuvering out the maneuver.
okay, so let's. It's going to be difficult. How difficult is it going to be for us to navigate up there?
Some of your packs have grappling hooks.
Yeah, we have like
What about pickles?
Pickles. Pickles actually sort of like it sees where you guys are going up and sort of like really jumps and is able to climb this like weird slopey bit.
I missed a few details, but it doesn't seem to matter because we have to climb a thing.
You have to climb the thing.
I'm going to talk to everybody about shit I've read about climbing.
as you're pulling out the ropes and the grappling hooks and.
Oh, I need to pass the DC 15.
You need to pass a DC 15 health check.
Okay, you have to roll what, a 6?
Fucking
I have to
history
roll
check.
a 6 or higher.
This is the bullshit of the historian feat, which I fucking allowed.
20! Oh my
Natural
god!
We are going to learn so much about
31?
climbing.
No.
29.
We're learning so much about climbing, you guys.
But it's
You are
So
able
excited.
to articulate the exact calculus needed to effectively climb up this 10-15 slope.
Like, no,
Wait. Not, except I explain it like they're 5.
I punch you. I would punch you.
The thing is, like,
Can I roll the punch?
the thing is, he's right.
You don't have to roll the
and
punch.
you're like,
You won't hurt him. It's just
he's right. He's absolutely right.
Also,
No, because I could explain it like they're in college, but that would take like 3 hours.
So Azazel, Roland introduces these people as the rest of the ones who have attuned to the Sentinel gifts or whatever.
Alright, I already don't like him.
It's
He wanted to
He's a-
explain climbing to me.
No, so I took a feat called Historian.
I know.
It just makes it worse because it's like, you know.
it does take an action though, so it's not super useful in combat.
It
But
actually, like, yeah, you need time to explain because you need to be heard, and
Yes.
it's only for skill checks.
yes.
It's not for combat. But what it does is it takes the normal help action, or aid action, which allows someone to help someone else and give them advantage on the roll, and it also gives my proficiency bonus to that roll.
I mean, like a natural
I
20,
still
you
want
might
to
as well,
punch
like,
you though.
I mean, go ahead.
Natural 20, you might as well, like,
Yeah.
lick the dirt and tell us, like, who stepped foot there thousands of years ago.
I'm not a ranger!
Roll to punch.
He's right there. You're not trying to hurt him. You're
No, I'm not trying to hurt him. I'm just trying to shut him up.
Are you trying to hurt me? It's a valid question.
What kind of saving throw is that?
It's not.
Trying to explain it to me like I'm 5?
Yeah, honestly, she could probably just like jump up. Really.
Yeah.
Do you want to try a high jump?
Yeah.
High jump. 3 plus your strength mod. 3 feet plus your strength mod with the 10-foot move. So you back up about 10 feet, and you run up, and you're able to jump literally 6 feet in the fucking air. Which covers about
Half-third of the...
less than half of the way up there. But you,
And the rest you climb.
yeah, and the rest you climb, which is not too difficult. But it will take a little bit. But you're able to get up top.
I think you jumped over all of our heads.
Yes.
Yeah. You would have jumped, almost jumped over your own head.
Cool.
You would have. You almost jumped your height, missing an inch.
Oh.
Yes.
Ah, nice.
Yes.
I'm going to take Ront's advice because I can't do that.
There is a
Come on, Hal, we should try together.
Oh yeah, you can't do that.
There is a stalagmite that is sticking up out of the
I can do that.
sticking up out of the top that you can like wrap, like throw something and then pull it back and like grappling hook up there, and that's no problem. And then it's next to the slope where you can use that as like a rail to safety line to help the mules and whatnot.
Okay, we will do so.
Azazel, when you get up top, the first thing you notice is that you are in a huge fucking chamber. And you're actually standing on flat-ish ground. The first thing you notice about this ground it is segmented pretty regularly in hexagonal tiles. Huge hexagonal flagstones that have some decoration to them, but not super much. You can see that there are little regular square-like edges on the ends of this to where it almost appears to be a road or a street of some sort. And you can look at the walls, they're still natural cave walls. As you turn around and you're staring back where the group is checking them, you notice that this road ends extremely abruptly at this sheer rock cliff face. Like it could go on, but there is no passable way for it to. It's just odd. It's just very peculiar. And there's this crack in the ground where the road is. And when you turn around to see where this road leads, you are staring at these huge 30-foot tall gates and walls that are like just slightly ajar. Think, if you will, the Black Gate from Lord of the Rings. That scale. We're talking about that scale. So maybe more like 50, 100 feet. But 30 feet's fine. So one of them is ajar. And you can see that there are these two towers. And on these towers, sort of carved into the stonework of them, are these figures. And you've seen enough creatures of various humanoid forms to know that they are wearing traditional dwarven armor, and they have battle axes. They're holding them by the haft upside down, and the blades and the beards of the axe are like touching the stone floor, flanking
and they're
this
resting
gate.
on it.
Yes, they're resting on it.
Okay.
And this is immediately recognizable to you as some sort of, obviously, dwarven fortification, or gate, or wall. You can see past past the gate, along the top of the cavern, and a little bit to the. If you are looking north, it would be a little bit to the west, but just a degree or so. This soft red glow that's sort of like in the very back, like reaching the tops of this cavern. You can see it's not lighting up the whole cavern, but you can just see that far back.
Okay.
And this gate seems to be like a football field away from you.
Okay.
Ish. No, it would seem to be, about a football field away. So like 100 yards.
Okay.
It's fucking huge.
Alright, so...
She's the only one there right now?
You're the only one that sees it. And when you guys climb up there, you will be able to see it too.
So then, I guess I will rest at the foot of the, at the top of the mountain, waiting for the historian to come in and maybe shed some light on this, because honestly, that red glow is a little bit, I don't know.
I should also note, you see no one on top of the walls or in the towers, or you see nothing looking at you.
Okay.
On the wall.
Again, if that's the case, that's a little too creepy for me. It's just like, I don't know if there should be or if there shouldn't be. I mean, obviously, if this is a fortified area, there should be somebody there. There should be, at least somebody, guarding the place, right? But the door is slightly ajar. And so, for me, I feel a little hesitant. I don't want to go in quite yet. Especially with that red glow. It seems a little ominous.
Okay, first, this is a clearing or this is under the mountain?
This is under the mountain.
What's the light like?
The light is dark.
And we just see this red glow.
You see that red glow, and then the silhouette
possibly torchlight.
I mean, it's a big red glow. You don't see any torches on the fortifications.
Just
you guys.
We have torches, maybe. We're not all just.
I mean, yeah.
We're not all just subsisting on dark vision because.
I mean, that's your choice. You gotta make the choice.
I'm just using dark vision.
Awkward. Okay.
We do have from our packs 10 torches.
Does anyone here need?
I have night vision.
I don't have night vision.
Azamar do.
Yeah?
Literally everyone in your party has dark vision. Probably even the mules and the mastiff. So good job when we go in the underground episode arc that no one needs a torch.
So we get up there. We crest the 12-foot thing.
Chasm.
Yeah.
Crevice.
Okay.
Oubliette.
So first, any obvious signs of battle out here?
Nope. Clean and clear. Nothing on the road. No stones. No loose. I mean, maybe some stalagmites.
Is there anyone passed? They wouldn't have passed through this way.
I do.
Animals don't
die. Any way for me and my tool set to figure out the age of this stonework? History is weird. That would be weird. I like history of geology. That's weird. If I can, I just
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you meant the statues and stuff like that. You're talking about. So maybe nature would be closer to.
Do a history check. I mean, yeah. Do a history check.
I mean, that's why I waited for a
Jumanji
historian.
rules.
16.
Of them could.
16 plus 9.
Okay, that's a
25.
lot. Yeah, that's a fucking lot. That's enough for you to notice that this particular style of dwarven architecture you have not seen. I mean, they don't change often. Dwarves don't. They're very traditionalist. They like their fucking taupe wallpaper, and they will stick to taupe wallpaper until they die.
I hear taupe is very soothing.
Yes. I love you. Thank you. They will stick to it until they die. Ideal. You have never seen any architecture of this particular style. There's a foundation, right? Hexagons are very traditional and haven't changed a lot. But the way the armor is, and the way the gates are adorned, and the towers are adorned, in the darkness that you can see, you'd be surprised if you would find this in any dwarven city that has cropped up in the past 500 years.
And there's the fact that this mountain appeared out of fucking nowhere.
Can I sense any humanoids?
Within a how long radius?
5 miles.
Yes, you can.
Ooh.
Aside from us?
What's your elven eye suit?
He's at the top finally, right?
Yeah. Sense magic.
Sense magic?
Yeah.
No magic.
Okay, we could check for traps, guys. I don't want to just traipse through here.
That's out of our tool set right now.
I have fireworks.
Arcana check.
Alright, well, what are you looking for with the Arcana check?
If there's any way to tell if this was naturally constructed or constructed through magical means.
You are familiar with the fact that stone shape is a very traditional dwarven method of construction. So yes, some of the chisel points in the road particularly look too perfect. However, dwarves are just very good at masonry. So they don't really need magic to achieve that level of perfection.
Right.
However, it is often used just for time's sake.
Right, but like this is just the entrance of like a large opening gateway to a complex that...
Yeah, the differences are nigh imperceptible.
Are the rest of us up yet, or is this...
Yeah. For this to occur, yeah.
Hexagons?
Hexagons.
Reach into my pack.
Mm-hmm.
Thunderstone.
How far? Alright, so it goes the full way.
Max range.
Alright, Thunderstone. See it fly off. It hits the stone floor. Explosion, 300 decibel explosion or whatever. I mean, that's usually like
going off the
yeah, what a thunder wave does. Thunder wave is like 300 decibels.
He just echoing fucking everywhere. Nothing happens to the stone. They don't move. They're like set in the tiles. They're like set into
and
the
no other perceptible effects.
No other perceptible effects. No.
Okay, guys. The door is ajar. I say we go in.
I have no problem with this.
All right.
Start going.
Okay.
As we get up to it, they're like the statues are right at the gate.
Yeah.
Sides, right?
Flanking the gate. Yeah.
Wait,
What?
like they're stone statues?
Yeah.
Yes.
Dwarves.
Dwarves with
In
axes.
traditional-
I'm
yeah.
just going to sense magic on a statue. That's
Nothing.
So they're not going to
I would
rise up and
question,
kill
like,
us.
what are you doing?
Making sure these aren't statues that of the kind that kill us.
I guess I'll kind of...
We've seen some
I'll get my
shit.
crossbow out and I'll take a look inside before going.
As you take a look in through the gate, you see another set of gates. Same size. The doors are still a little bit ajar, but even less so than the front gates. And the dwarf statues now seem like they went from this resting position to like having their axes up in a guard position.
Okay.
Each winging out from the other. And the fortifications look a little bit taller, a little bit more heavy.
Right, that's an interesting choice. It looks like it's meant to intimidate intruders.
Roll me a perception check as well.
Oh, fuck. 13.
You notice something is a little bit weird with the wall on the right side. Like it looks like there might be an opening.
Just a second. Something's not right, I'm going to say. So there's something weird about the wall, so I'll try and lean in a little bit more so I can get a better look.
Give me an investigation check. At disadvantage from this distance. At this light level.
Ah, shit. Plus 2, so 8.
Yeah. No, you are unsure. It is. I will tell you, it is another football field away. This wall.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
That's what, 120
Yeah.
feet? Or 120 yards?
This is, well, we're looking at football field and like a little bit. So,
So it's outside my dark range vision.
I will give you an exact range. It is 375 feet away. The next pair of gates.
Interesting.
So,
It's weird that it's so exacting.
Well-
At 375 feet. Exactly?
Exactly.
I mean, that's what the other, like, from where we climbed up to the first gate would have been, right?
Mm-hmm.
Are we now looking into this, or is he still the
So
only one
I'll just say something's not right about that wall. I'm gonna go take a look, and I'll
But before you do, I pull out my bow and I take a shot at that.
Which
wall?
piece of wall?
the one
The one he's getting a weird vibe.
we said that it was like
Okay.
it looked like there was a hole or something in it.
Okay.
Like a hole at ground level, or a hole at like?
Okay, so
somewhere in-
You're shooting which bow?
I'm shooting my crystal.
Okay, so if you're gonna do that, then what I'll do is I'll kind of crouch down so you can shoot over me, move in.
He's reaching for shit, man.
That's what I want.
So I'm moving in so that he has a clear shot.
Yeah. So as you move, Conall, you shoot your bow. There's a large explosion of sound, and you can hear like this echo coming from this part of the wall, like extra on top of the echo in the chamber. Like there may be a way deeper into wherever you're going.
So when I shot, like it didn't it didn't break anything, right? Like nothing opened up or anything.
No,
It was a hole, right?
No, it seems like there might be another passage in that wall, and the echo of your shot is different because of that.
It seems like somebody's been here before, though. They left the door ajar,
Yeah,
right?
right.
Like they left both doors, right?
I take out the little shard necklace and let it do its thing. What do I got?
It is leaning straight through the gate, sort of directly through the gate.
Okay.
What is that?
One more thing. Are the mules going to be able to get through
I don't know yet.
these doors?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. There's like a 15, 20 foot opening. The doors are fucking thick. Like they are.
With 2 C's thick? I'm
Yes.
kidding.
No. With 2 C's thick. They are fucking. They are
Synthetic
15.
thick.
They are 15 feet thick of iron.
That's
That's a lot.
That's that thick.
Aesthetic
You couldn't
thick.
move these if you tried.
Holy shit.
Like it would require a strength check of like 50.
I don't trust this.
Like you would, there has to be some sort of some mechanism to open these doors.
Yeah.
Like
Wanna
like there will
Go check it out.
Let's go.
So we'll go. Yeah.
Sure.
Sure.
Do me
Does your
I have stealth.
does
Yeah.
your
Yeah,
sense
we'll try and be quiet.
dude
Give me-
thing actually give you a distance, or is it just
Does it have
within?
them, or can I sense how far away the humanoids are?
Where's that PHB?
Let me find it. No, his is not the PHP. Remember?
it's
right.
Primeval awareness.
Feature reveals which of your favorite enemies are present, their numbers, and the creature's general direction and distance in miles from you.
You know that there are humans.
Humanoids,
Yeah, there are humans
Stack up on,
generally north of you, and of course generally west of you because the fucking city.
City, yeah.
Yeah. So you're getting huge.
North is the direction we're heading when we're walking.
We're heading. Yes, that's exactly right. What was the other thing that we wanted to address that I was trying to address? Because there was a thing.
What was
Oh yes, the
Stealth.
I need Halexan and Conall to make me. It's either going to be a wisdom or an int, but go ahead and roll the dice.
That's terrible.
Either a 4 or a
16.
1.
Y'all could have asked me about sneaking on stone.
Yeah, but
You said wisdom or int?
It's not- it's not
Conall
roll
actually rolled a 16.
I'm sorry. It is an investigation check.
Oh, well then.
16 still.
4.
That's int 0, so I have 16.
16. Conall, you notice that the piece of wall you're looking at is an illusion. And you're able to see through it. And because your mind visibly, changes that. Because your sense magic wouldn't have picked this up, because this is a fucking football field.
Yeah, it has to be.
Am I next to it at this point?
Yes, you are. This illusion drops, and you can see a sally port. Sally port being a military construction of fortification that allows troops to get around outside of a wall and flank the enemy if they need to, or if they need to make a quick escape, or something of that nature. But you notice this as the illusion drops. Generally, they are very well hidden.
Does it drop for
Yeah,
everybody or
it's
just
still for me, right?
It's still for you. I mean, if you make it aware and pass through the illusion,
So,
something would break. Yeah.
Wow, these
Guys.
this dwarven construction is really great.
Guys, look behind you. As they look behind them, I run through the wall.
Oh my god. So you all see
I didn't see the What?
So you all see Conall disappear, and in Conall you're now in this little tunnel that sort of just juts and makes a curve, and all it does is it curves back around into this next interchamber where there's another set of fucking gates that are slightly ajar, and the gates are fucking tall as hell, more towers, and now the dwarves have their axes fully raised up into the air as if they're ready to strike down on something in front of them.
Right, so at this point, I stick my head through the illusion. I look back. So they just kind of see my floating head through the wall.
Yes, they do.
Hey guys, come! I have good news. I found more gates.
Oh,
Oh, I didn't know you could pass through walls.
And the Sally Tunnel is 10 feet wide, so the mules and all that can fit through. And they're tall enough. They're not dwarf height, but they can fit. And you can see through the gates now that there are some sort of buildings. They're not lit up or anything, but you can see structures in the dark vision because it's so fucking dark.
Can I take a shot at one of the stone statues?
Yes, you can.
I take a shot at the stone statue.
oh, great.
Have we all moved through yet, or are we still standing outside?
I called you guys over.
I'm a little confused.
I still don't know that the wall. I think you just
Listen,
passed
man,
through the wall
I'm with
somehow with some
pickles.
magic.
I'm with pickles, and I'm like...
Pickles.
I'm a little confused. I still go through the gate, though. It's fine.
There we go.
The way has been clear, right? I can just leave. We can just leave, right?
Okay.
Leave where? Oh, yeah. You can just leave.
We can just leave,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
So,
Go to water
Yeah,
speed?
sure. Yeah, sure. You
Go to water
shoot, you
speed.
shoot an arrow at one of the stone statues, and nothing happens. There's a loud explosion,
Find Lonnie at the rusty nail.
and that echoes throughout the chamber again. And
Excuse me.
yeah, nothing happens.
Or those-
I'll
Yeah, I
suggest
don't
that
notice
you
anything,
sense
right?
magic one more time.
Where? Are we through the thing yet?
Are you through the thing?
I
yet?
still don't know that it's not.
Like, he just
walled.
ran
Yeah.
off.
I mean, it was like an
I literally-
illusionary wall.
We're,
What
no,
next?
we're stuck at
All of
Conall
you-
disappears through the wall.
All of you make an investigation intelligence check. So that you guys are not.
Oh, I rolled a 20.
Yeah,
So
there you
22.
3. 10. No,
10.
11.
Okay, anyone who made 10 or higher, the illusion breaks for you, and you can see the Sally port.
What about Ron?
Apparently I have a +6 on investigation, so I made a 10.
There you go. There you go. It's gone. Boom.
Oh, wait.
Alright.
So guys, if you can't tell by now by the big explosion, I shot one of the statues and nothing happened.
Oh yes, oh yes. Roland, meanwhile, has been trying to help get the rest of the mules, and like been trying to catch up to you and get your attention. And he finally gets to you at the Sally port, and he's like, "Be quiet."
What?
Am I there yet?
Yeah.
Calm. Drink this. just drink. Just enjoy this. Just enjoy this for a second, all right? Okay. So now
I'll drink it with you,
we're
man.
there, and I did reach into the bag of holding and pull out some Heartfire that we probably have somewhere because Conall's probably hidden Heartfire in everything.
In everything.
In his like
He just sneaks up behind you while you're not paying attention, just like slips it into your bag.
It's like the bottom of his mace just unscrews and
That's why it's precious. It's not a mace, it's a mace flask.
It's a constitution check if we drink, right?
Yeah.
oh, you got
I
this.
mean, we just do that for fun.
Conall's already screaming and like blowing things up with thunder, so like
Yep.
he's already making all the noise he can regardless. He doesn't need to
Just-
roll for anything.
So how these doors once we get in are they also ajar?
They also are ajar. Yes.
Well, so obviously,
Why is
it's
everything ajar?
it's the people who came in before us that already opened this and probably cleared all the traps or whatever that could
Yeah,
have
but
been.
who came before us?
Unless it's a triple.
Oh
block.
yeah, you guys should probably tell Azazel like
Well, they-
what we're doing.
They
and
came
what-
in through a different entrance.
We assume you know what you're doing because we don't. We don't.
So you guys are now in this weird third chamber.
Third chamber, another gate, football field away. Large. How large are the statues again?
Statues are 30, 40 feet tall.
30, 40 feet tall,
I can
and
see
these
them.
ones look mad.
They look mad, yeah.
What is the range on sense magic?
Like 60 feet, probably.
I walk 60 feet away from them.
You see Ront doing Pythagorean theorem of like angles
yeah,
and
the woman.
hypotenuse and like
And like looking at his plate armor because he wears plate armor, or no, like
scale mail.
scale
Yeah.
mail. Yeah, so he's like trying to sneak on stone ground at disadvantage.
Yeah.
And
Are you actively trying to sneak?
I no,
Okay.
because he's gonna fail.
Yeah, okay.
And he walks slowly to about 60 feet away from one of the statues, and he senses magic.
No magic.
What?
I walk half again the distance. No change.
No magic.
I walk up to the thing and start doing the artificer touch thing.
It slams down on you with an axe. No, I'm just kidding. It's nothing. There's nothing.
It was just really old. It's just
Now they just really hate artificers.
Yeah. No, it's fine.
I feel like
Damn
it's
dirty
using
artificer
that.
touching my leg!
You roll a 1, it makes a statue uncomfortable.
I walk back and I walk back instead of yelling back. The statues are fine. I don't
Okay.
fucking
I'll
know.
go up and take a look inside the doors.
Can I mock the statue?
You see quite a large fucking dwarven city, just sprawling.
like abandoned.
There are no lights save for the red glow in the way back wall, way far away. You can't see above the houses, but what you can see are these dwarven 1 to 2 story buildings. You can see these weird stone bridge things. They look like aqueducts going from one ceiling and like branching out everywhere into these stone wells. And you can see these stone streets, still hexagonal tiles. You can see off in the distance, straight shot, nothing really obscuring the vision of it except for one of these aqueducts that just passes across. This huge fucking hexagonal metal tower. And it is, let me do the quick math. What's 6 times 125?
750.
750 feet
Wait,
wide.
you said 6 times 125?
25.
So I
600 plus
my dark
right?
vision only goes out. Oh, but you said there's a glow, right?
It, yes, you can see the silhouette of a man, Scaramouche.
This is amazing.
Yes. And it
I
seems
trust
to
you
be...
because you are smart.
You can see also this building that sits in front of it, and it looks like there's a drop off because it's metal, so the red glow is kind of lighting it, backlighting it.
Are there any
Thank you.
words written on the doors or anywhere that I can see?
In Dwarven?
Damn, I wish I took Dwarven.
In
I
Dwarven,
can speak Dwarven.
yeah, but you can't speak this Dwarven.
Ah, wow.
The runes,
different dialect.
Is it deep speech? No, I'm kidding.
yes,
It might.
just like the Draconic,
Oh,
way
it's
back in the
that
temple.
shit.
This is a version of the Dwarven language that is way simpler than the even more simple runes that the dwarves use now. This is more like Sanskrit type of shit.
Wow.
Yeah,
I
these are
use-
runes that are like fucking.
Yeah, I'll
you don't-
definitely-
like you could see if you connected the dots in some way, they could form other runes, and like linguistically, that's like, oh, that's how this developed, but you don't know what these
Right, and the might be
Have a
completely
different-
different. Yeah.
colloquialisms.
So I will relay this. Like this dwarven dialect is very strange.
Can I historian at it?
Yeah.
Because I can speak Dwarven, but probably not this Dwarven.
Is that just history check?
Mm-hmm.
Or Charlotte?
Yeah.
Can I history at it?
History check. Yeah.
What's 18 plus 9?
27.
27. Thank you.
Yeah, I only got a 9.
Let's say we added your score to my score.
Dwarves are very proud that their language, and I'm making this up off the top of my head because I haven't read about Dwarven language, that their language hasn't changed linguistically in any major way aside from like adapting to the languages of creatures they encounter. In
Taking
about
words.
in about 5,000 years.
So, these bitches are old.
Yeah, yeah, essentially.
Right, but it all looks like pristine.
Yeah, but also the doors are open, and that led to that. What happened? What happened, historian?
Well, we're gonna have to take
We
a
all
look. I
look
think.
to you.
How far back do known histories of Dwarven culture go? How many, like, millennia?
You said 3, right? 3 to 5.
Let me see.
So we're standing in the middle here, or are we like at
Well,
the
I
entrance?
think we're
looking
right at the entrance. Like, have we all moved in?
No.
Okay, well,
I
I'll
mean, like,
move
I've moved in enough to see what the fuck you're talking about.
I'll walk in. Fuck it. I'm almost unkillable.
in. Yes.
Not essentially, yeah.
So yeah, basically, while Ront does his thing, we'll just keep an eye out.
The exact origins of dwarves were lost in myth and legend. This is interesting.
I like the sounds he's making right now.
Okay, Mr.
This is
Lightbulb.
fun. No, this is very fun. I have an answer, and it's a fun answer. Yeah. Dwarven culture.
Yeah.
Dwarves love to know their history of their families and such, and their culture, and they have done scholarly investigation where they firmly believe, the wisest of the dwarves, and even elves can confirm this, and wizards, can confirm that their culture is at least 31,000 years old.
Wow.
Because they, planar wizards who've traveled to like various other, a planet that they believe had split from the original planet. It's lore. They don't know exactly when dwarves appeared because they were underground, and then the first people knew about them was above ground, and they have lost those traditions. And yeah, so there you go.
Time to rediscover those traditions.
And I haven't been able to tell the relative age of this stone. Does it all seem the same age?
Yeah.
Can't tell if it's old or new. Alright.
So if you didn't think that this was an Atlantis-based styled adventure exploration thing before, here it is now.
That's why we're all cautious. We don't want like a Leviathan. just
Yeah, we're all
out of nowhere.
cautious. Yeah, we're all cautious.
Hey,
Yeah,
I was
I
in
mean,
the
I haven't
hallway.
been on this plane
I
before,
was
so I'm
in a-
like,
I was in a hallway a full football field away from these statues. If anything, I could have ran out of the wall and everybody would have been like, what's going on?
Adam Brooks here, just cracking open an ice cold can of intermission for you listeners. We're just going to go ahead and jump into our Q Corner. We asked a couple weeks ago which video game franchise should get its own official tabletop RPG, and the Twitter sphere provideth. From our own Pierre, at ThriverSign, wants to see Magicka, a spell mixing system that can go terribly wrong is perfect for silly low-stakes pick-up one-shots. I agree. A wonderful suggestion. Aries S at The Nerdy Aries says, Monster Hunter. Think about hunting and fighting larger-than-life monsters who are extremely powerful for the glory and honor of the hunt. That would be fun. Actually, Pierre, Mike, and I were part of a 5e campaign that wanted to use a custom Monster Hunter rule set for gathering and such. That group's no longer meeting anymore, but I think an official Monster Hunter tabletop RPG would be very cool. Durl at Bullwastiff said Borderlands, and Elijah at the OmniShift replied, I would love to play bunkers and badasses. Hell yeah. Professor Jimbles at Prof_Jimbles says Horizon Zero Dawn, or at least a good Powered by the Apocalypse playbook. Ultamus at Ultamus seconds that. Where Octopus at Where Octopus says Pokemon. Clearly, some decent unofficial games exist, I know, but I agree, Where Octopus. Wouldn't it be nice to just get some recognition from the upset Nintendo? Dungeons and Diabetes at MichaelPhone87 says Bioshock in all caps. Ultamus at Ultamus puts forth his own suggestion of saying, of course, Mass Effect. And Crit Thulu at Crit Thulu says, officially licensed Fallout. Finally, Iceclaw, the Crossover Lord at Sasperamatu, says, Heroes of Might and Magic. It's simple yet enchanting, and Command and Conquer Red Alert 2. Alternative history is always a great start. These two could even work as wargames, I think. New Q Corner question. I know we've asked you where you want the next D&D module to be set. We still don't have any information on that, but now we're interested to know what kind of plot the next official 5th edition module should have. We've had dragons trying to take over the world. We've had elemental cultists. We've had demons raging underneath the world, vampires, giants, which was based on King Lear, by the way, in case you were unaware of that. Storm King's Thunder. Possibly one of my favorite modules. A Sararak. But now, what kind of plot do you want to see? Do you want to see something more investigative? Something with another secret super weapon that could be the end of the world? Do you want to see someone try and bring back otherworldly powers? What kind of adventure do you want? What kind of plot do you want to see? Something of low magnitude, large magnitude? Just tell us your thoughts. Which you can do so by replying to our tweet about this, or going to the 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons Facebook page, where we will surely have this question up there. And finally, we're just going to quickly cut straight to the fact that we have a couple of new patron pages. We have a patron page with Podbean. You can find that page at patron.podbean.com/thespellcast, where we have pledge options of $1, $5, $10, $15, and $100 increments. And the same goes for our Patreon page, where you can locate that at www.patreon.com/thespellcast, where we also offer the same $1, $5, $10, $15, and $100 increment rewards. We have had the pleasure of creating our 5th edition actual play podcast for the past year now. It's going to be a year in about a month, less than a month actually, and while we absolutely love creating it, we could really use your help. There are very real costs associated with keeping our podcast going. We need to pay for everything from server space to new equipment to diversifying the content we provide for you, our fans. We're offering cool things with our rewards, like dice, shoutouts, with some pretty cool merchandise, and opportunities to play with us for some good old D&D. We also want to start bringing you more storylines using different game systems, kind of like what we did with our Call of Cthulhu one-shot, and give you more of things like that. And if we are able to meet certain goals, we might be able to bring you a new episode episode every week instead of our current bi-weekly schedule. That's something we want to shoot for, and we need your help doing it. So we encourage you to go check that out. And as always, one free way that you can help us out is by telling your friends and people you know about the show. That is one of the best ways you can help us out no matter what your budget is. That is a $0 pledge, people. Just telling your friends. And we would greatly appreciate it just as much as anyone who donates any amount of money. So thank you so much for listening. Continue to enjoy the episode, and we will see you again in a couple weeks. Bye-bye!
Whoa. While we're investigating, how big is the city?
Oh, it's fucking huge.
How long is this?
6, 7.
Okay, how far is this light from us currently?
It's close to the back wall is about 3/4 of a mile away.
Where can we see the red?
3/4 of a mile away.
Like it's in the middle?
Way in the back.
Oh, all the way in the back.
The city looks to be about 3/4 of a mile long
Okay.
from where you're standing.
Gotcha.
Wow, we have so much exploring to do.
With that being said, I want to kind of kick down the doors and see what's inside these houses. See if, any people have quote unquote died Pompeii style.
So we're doing like urban combat like.
Do you have to?
Yeah, well, I want to see what the fuck is going on because I'm like, this is eerie and I don't like it.
Before she starts kicking down doors, can I sense how far away the humans are? Humanoids?
Did we figure that out?
Yeah. There's humanoids generally north of you. They're scattered anywhere between 700 feet in front of you to the rest of the quarter mile, but you can't pinpoint their
So
exact
700 feet.
700
that's the distance
to what
It's
seems to be an
3/4 of a
open
mile
market.
to the end of the city, so they're in the city.
and
I relay this message to them.
and about how many?
Humanoids?
Only specifically humanoids.
Okay,
Just like a general. He gets just a general idea, right? Like it's not pinpoint accurate.
150, let's say, as a starting number.
Which of your favorite enemies are present, their numbers, and the creature's general direction and distance in miles from you?
Okay. You have.
So wait, there's humans in this city.
If there are
Humanoids.
multiple groups of your
That could
favorite
be
enemies
dwarves.
within range, you learn this information for each group.
Yes, okay. You discover 1T. They generally number, I would say, how many did I say earlier? 150?
150.
Okay, I would say they number about 120, 115. The specifics of the breakdown of that, you don't.
I just know they're humanoids.
Yeah. You know that you spot a dwarf and a kenku the 700 feet in front of you. There is a dragonborn sort of northeast of you, about I would say 2/3 of a mile.
Can I tell if the one that's 700 feet from me is it like lower? Is it like below?
It seems to be on the same. Well, you just get general feeling
General
distance.
feeling, yeah.
Also important. Do you relay any of this?
I'm relaying everything to you. I'm pretty much telling you guys, before you go smashing in doors, there's actually a couple of human in that direction. I point north.
Humans?
Humanoids.
I'm trying, I give a fuck.
You feel the presence of a ganassi. It's 750 feet away, ish, give or take.
I forgot to write races.
How about
for
this?
some of these
Do we?
dates.
Is there anything we don't specifically sense based on, or that he doesn't sense based on that list?
Okay.
I forgot to write races.
You do not sense a deep gnome. You do not sense a halfling. You do not sense a human. You do sense I think Warforged would count. You sense a Warforged about the 3/4 of a mile away. The Fire Ganassi is 750 feet away.
Is that the demolitions guy?
Yeah. You sense a Tabaxi also about the same distance as the Kenku and the dwarf.
Okay.
In the same direction.
Kenku was the bookkeeper?
Mm-hmm.
Kenku?
And then the Dragonborn you sense a little bit northeast of you, 2/3 of a mile.
Okay. So after relaying to them that I can sense all these favorite enemies 700 feet away, I start walking towards that direction.
All right.
No humans in
No
the
humans,
range?
just humanoids.
I want to break down the doors to the closest areas that I
Okay.
see. Just scout
Okay.
it.
We'll get to you two in a second. You three. Anything.
So, no humans in the range means that we don't sense any of the black hearts within the range.
Oh, yeah. Oh, humans. Thank you. Yes, you do sense 4 humans, roughly 3/4 of a mile north.
Did you tell us who we're looking for? Have we been told who we're looking for?
They explained it to us before.
I have notes from Miss Rita.
And we know what the races are?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, we sense almost everyone from the
sense
party.
We sense.
I don't know
No.
the races. They do.
They do, yeah.
I mean, I'll openly explain that I have this roster of people who we expect to be in the party from the Black Cards and are actually known to be missing from the expedition party. Is it the whole expedition party or just like
That's the
ones that
whole
we-
expedition
Okay,
party.
so
Yeah, but some
the
people
expedition
died
party,
then.
which is missing. We, based on what you've said, we probably have close correspondence to exactly 2/3 of that expedition party. Missing the halfling general leading the expedition, their cook, and their lieutenant.
Or did you sense the fire elemental person?
He said to the east, correct?
No, north.
They're all
about
basically
70.
three
all
quarters.
basically ish
3/4.
north, yeah.
But not necessarily all in one group.
No, not necessarily all in one group.
But you also detected over 100 Wanti.
Ish.
120-ish.
In about the same
Distance
proximity.
as the 4 humanoids. It's the 4 humans.
Okay, well,
Which is also roughly 750-ish.
No.
So can-
3/4 of a mile.
3/4 of a mile.
Do I have insight to that? Like, can I can I assume that since they haven't been around, like that they're kind of in prison? Like, just an assumption.
well, I mean, you can assume that, but we won't know
No.
until we check it out.
Okay.
Let's investigate, man!
If Azazel is like going off to like check buildings, I'll go and assist so it goes faster.
Okay. Ront, Sav'ah Rah, anything from you
I'm gonna trail behind
Okay.
them.
Okay.
I'm just kind of like...
But since I will say that if we're going to pick, if we're going to go off in a direction to look for them, let's pick one of them to hone in on. And if you want it to be a fire,
Northish.
that's
Well,
perfectly fine.
I'm going towards the
Okay.
closest, which is 700 feet north of me.
Yeah,
That's
no,
where-
that's
that's
like
gonna be
100.
on
It's
TR.
going to be like a...
I want to check
100,
the
200 feet
nearest
north.
vicinity, like the closest, the area surrounding
Yeah,
us
yeah,
at
you-
the
so-
moment, just to see if there are any like
no, it's
items
3/4 of a
or
3,000
possible
feet,
like
right.
things they might have left behind because
So
apparently they're
there's
not
a
in the
good
immediate
distance.
vicinity. They're a little farther ahead, as said by Conall.
Ront, your current action.
I'm not gonna go like with all of them, but I am going to slowly head north and like be very meticulous about looking in places and like artifacts stuff, trying to figure out like, did people live here? How long ago did they live here?
So then you'd probably be checking the doors that I crack open.
I'm just gonna slowly open doors.
In front of you appears to be stone jutting out of the walls of some of these buildings, stone like flags, like weird stone flags that have inscriptions on them. They're weird, rudimentary. You can see some of the language, but there's also pictures. They seem to be dwarves doing actions like shooting bows and arrows and things, and you can see dwarves.
Dwarves shoot bows
like you
and
can
arrows?
like you can see what looks to be a rudimentary, a rudimentary drawing of like a bottle and like a tankard of sorts
So-
on another one.
So caveman scrawls.
That's more sophisticated, but
Do any can I look at any of the old like dwarven glyphs and any of the pictures and tell if there's any correspondence to words in the dwarven language that I might know, or is it more like this is the name of this the people who live here, this is the name of this tavern?
you can tell that looking at what the pictures look like on these weird jutting stone flags and how things are positioned in this little street, that this is probably a market, like an ancient market of sorts, and these are shops. What they sell here, I mean, you can't figure out what the language is too old to tell if it's the same word for like bow shop and
Exactly.
or potion shop or
Right,
whatever.
I guess kind of what I'm looking for is like if I know the dwarven word for weaponsmith and there or for Fletcher.
You know those words.
Trying to Rosetta Stone ourselves.
I'm just trying to like get a little bit more familiar with the language and see if there's any. Like,
There is
common
some
point I
there
can
is
latch
some
onto.
familiarity with
Okay.
the consonants,
Cool.
right?
Okay.
in terms of like the way the letters look like and the runes look like for the consonants. You can see like maybe where the consonants in the Dwarven word for Fletcher could be, and you can see resemblances to them in similar positions, but the vowels are all fucking weird. Because
really cool.
vowels, traditionally, fun fact, are more for emotional things. Consonants are more rational, distinguishing sounds, and like plosives and fricatives.
And it's not uncommon for languages to, leave out vowels when, in certain language groups.
Exactly.
So like,
and the dwarves, the nature of their language being more rational, militaristic, constructional, is it like the consonants would not have changed as much as the vowels would.
okay, so
Except for languages with the vowels baked into every single piece.
Right, that's true. so you notice this as you guys get into this market space and you're opening doors. It's fucking empty. It's like it was abandoned. Some shops have like things in them, but they're fucking old as shit and like rusted, but like they're undisturbed. It's fucking empty. Oh, fuck! Everyone, roll me perception check.
Also, what are Roland and Lilith doing?
They're leading the mules, following behind you guys.
3.
You don't have to Jumanji.
You don't have to
Unless you call
Jumanji roll.
roll.
This is just what he does.
It would have been 3.
do you have a wisdom?
What's your wisdom modifier?
My wisdom is 10.
So,
So
I got 6.
okay. So
You hear people who've made,
That's 18.
20.
people who've made
15.
an 11 or higher.
17.
Okay, you hear this rhythmic clanking, like heavy, but it's distant.
Is it like industrial music? Kang.
Is it like
no, it's yeah.
Kang.
Kang. Yes, exactly.
Dwarven techno, I'm all about
Is
it.
it like Morse code or like somebody like
Kang. No,
like
the rhythm
Kraftwerk.
never changes. It's like this heavy hammer striking an anvil in the distance. Like that's what you equate it to, Conall. Like it's very slow though. The next thing you hear is it's the stupidest sound. It's like I can't explain it any other way.
Make the sound. It's like a raspberry.
How do we hear this?
I don't hear any of this.
You hear it, and all of you can hear this.
Oh.
This is not a perception. It's like all around you and like intermittent. Some of them are higher pitch, like. You sound nothing. You smell nothing. You smell, and some of them like.
You guys, it's so gross.
And then from around the corners and exiting out of some of the windows of the shops and like around the street and like actually behind you in a way, sort of semi-surrounding the group.
Is it
Are
a bunch
these-
of farts?
It's the best way to
Fart
describe these creatures is they look like flying jellyfish, like floating jellyfish, and they
Like
have these
man-o-wars?
weird eye stalks that are
Like
like kind of looking
man-o-wars?
at you. Yeah, kind of like man-o-wars. They're like medium-sized creatures. And some of them you can see are like their eye stalks are like peeking around the corners and they're looking at you. A few of them have like weapons, but they're like clumsily dragging them along the ground, like they're not really strong enough to pick them up. And they're old dwarven weapons, like they're rusty. One of them has like this dwarven helmet just sitting on the top of its like
Jelly.
flat pancake like body, and it like slides off as it moves. And one of its tentacles like picks it back up and sets it back on. It starts to slide off again,
What
and it
kind of
just holds
class
it
is
there.
it?
I'm kind of charmed.
I am too.
They look cute.
What kind of classes are they considered?
That's not.
That's not how it works. They're not considered humanoids. That's for sure.
Are they considered beasts?
No.
Aberrations.
Probably aberrations. Oh, actually, monster manual.
Can I get happy?
I do.
I was wondering because I can make gestures with beasts. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah,
my
I'm
goodness.
picturing.
I get
I'm picturing the
excited.
Mass Effect
I'm not gonna lie here. I am excited.
The Mass
I am
Effect jellyfish. What were those called?
excited.
The Hanar.
The Hanar.
Dogs understand where I point.
Anyone who has actually Ront.
Mm-hmm.
You recognize these creatures.
do.
You do because people talk about them in the Adventure Times as like, if you're ever stuck in the Underdark and you run into a flump.
It is a flump.
Consider
What is a flump?
Did I or did I not?
You did just say the only thing I've ever seen anything like
This is a flump.
It is a flump.
It's a plumbus.
A plumbus.
The next generation Plumbus.
This
Okay.
mysterious creature, and we're going to add the word typically, drifts through the Underdark, propelled through the air by the jets whose sound gives them their name.
Oh my god.
A flump glows faintly, reflecting its moods in its color. They all seem to be a sort of like greenish, like lime sea green right now.
Okay, so they're like easy going.
Wow, I actually fucking guessed that right on the damn thing. So,
Yeah.
Ront, you will know that soft pink means it is amused. Deep blue is sadness, and I fucking guessed this without reading it. Green expresses curiosity, and crimson is anger.
It changes.
What color are they right now?
They're green. They're like a sea green.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
So what?
Oh, they're
what,
small. They're small aberrations.
So what did it say in the Adventure Times under the if you find yourself in the Underdark with?
So, like, straight up, as soon as I see that, like, one looking at us with, like, the helmet or anything, I'll give him a salute.
It picks up its tentacle, it looks at you, looks at its tentacle, and, like, kind of, like, so it goes on its eye stalk and, like, bats its eye stalk, and it blinks and, like, comes back up again. Accidentally. And you can see on these tentacles, they have, like, these barbs on them, right? But their tentacles are, some of them wrapped around weapons, shields, whatnot.
Do they grab people and pick them up in the air and tickle
They're
them
small.
with the barbs?
They're small aberrations. You know this. Flumps communicate telepathically. Though they resemble jellyfish, flumps are sentient beings of great intelligence and wisdom, possessing advanced knowledge of religion, philosophy, mathematics, and countless other subjects. They're sensitive to the emotional states of nearby creatures. If a creature's thoughts suggest goodness, a flump seeks that creature out. Hence why there is a flump floating towards you, Hal.
Everyone chill out.
Good day.
What are you talking about? I'm
evening.
freaking happy.
And they also kind of like gather around you. They sense no harm in you, and Roland, you can see Roland's kind of looking around and is like, just kind of like, oh boy.
Do you speak common? Or actually, I'll say in Dwarven, actually. Do you speak common? Do you speak common, laddie?
Actually speaks in your head.
Oh, cool.
It starts coming in emotions and thoughts and like rationales at first, and then it adapts to your language, and it sort of talks to you. It's like, hello, I'm the leader of the Flump Society.
I'll get down on a knee.
No need. We sense that you beings are here. I'm sorry. Please do not interpret my reading of your Thogatus as intrusion of your mentality.
I didn't know I had Thogatus. Are they malignant?
They are not malignant.
Right.
So we only hear what he's saying.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's not. Is he actually saying it out loud? Or
Yes.
is he...
Yeah. I'm saying it out loud. Like,
Yes.
No harm done.
You are searching
Yes.
for
Others.
people.
Yes. Many
Piopoli.
People. Yes.
different
Thank
looking
you.
people. Some like them, or like her. Not like him though. I don't think we don't have
What?
elves. What?
Is there
one?
an...
We
Small
have.
people and
Yes, we have 2 small Piopoli and 1
they have the
tall Piopoli-ish.
Only one
Piopoli.
Piopoli.
Can you take us to them?
Yes, we can.
Are the snake Piopoli nearby?
Oh, and you can see all of them start turning like a pink.
Yeah.
And like a mix of pink and like it's now a little bit purple-ish.
Yeah. We don't want to be near them.
Yes. They and then you can see some in the back are like now kind of like getting darker red.
They don't like the snake people. They
Yeah, but we
want
were
to be happy.
amused. No?
The snake-
Pink is amused?
I thought Pink was amused.
It's turning red.
So it's going through.
Yes, it's going through. It's not like an LED. They don't
It's a
switch on and
transition.
off. Yeah, it's a
Okay.
transition. It's like a motoring.
Visualization.
Yeah. And
Winamp.
right. Oh my god.
It really kicks the llama's ass.
But yeah, these flumps tell you that they discovered this city after migrating through the Underdark and like discovered a cave entrance that has since collapsed. Yes,
So-
thank you.
2 questions. How long ago was that?
Oh, this was.
Do they have a
They
sense of time?
tell you the length of time that the mountain has appeared next to Baldur's Gate.
Ah, okay.
That we have been here. We have maintained and defended our new home as best as we can, but we are afraid because we sense a great evil in the newcomers that
Yes.
are north. And like, there's one floppy tentacle waving north.
We fought them before in other mountains.
You know of these evil Snake Piopoli.
Yes, Yuan Ti.
Uanata-i.
Hal, are you talking to it?
He's talking in my head.
Oh, okay. What's its name?
Oh, what's your name, sir?
My name is unpronounceable in your tongue. It's... And you can see, like, its little top mouth looking thing is kind of... Well, I mean, they wouldn't necessarily have mouth, but its gas thing is, like, doing a thing.
Do they smell?
My name
He's the
is...
leader.
No, they smell. They smell
It's
bad.
the leader.
It's like an
they're supposed
inodorous
to be
gas.
intelligent. He's intelligent?
Oh, very.
Yeah, okay. Does
I know
that
I'm
name
separated.
have a significance
Excuse
that
me.
can correspond to one of our words?
I like this name, Thought.
With all due respect, that's difficult for us to pronounce, as you said. Is there anything else we can call you?
You may call me...
That face Adam has when Adam hasn't prepared a name for a thing that he's clearly planned.
Flatulence.
You can call me...
Lance. Call him Lance. Flatulence.
Oh
Lance.
my God.
Botulance.
Flatulence.
You may call me the Philosophizer.
The philosophizer.
Oh my god.
That's what he wants to be called.
The philosopher.
The philosophizer. Okay, I know I'm separated from them. Can I pull
No,
out
we're all
my
in the-
instrument, which is a large Russian instrument?
Yeah, so you're going with the balalaika. Okay,
I'm going
cool.
with that. And play them a song to amuse them in another place that's not around them.
Trying to
Yes. They all turn a soft pink around you. Like, they gather in a circle and turn a soft pink around you. There you go.
The Azumar Zealot Barbarian is a Disney princess.
Listen, man. The world can be one together. Conflict.
They actually all sort of sway in this.
Stars like diamonds in your eyes.
Yes, Sav'ah.
Goodbye.
I want to I look at, since I assume I can tell that they're communicating telepathically.
Yes.
So, I'm gonna look at the leader and telepathically say, "Hey, leader, I have a question.
Yes, pointy one.
Do you know what?
But not as pointy as the pointy one.
Right. Do you know what justice is?
Justice.
This is like the Dark Knight.
Justice. My people and I often question the philosophies, me especially, assigned to it, of the creatures, the intelligent creatures that we come in contact with. Some of their philosophies we've discovered vary greatly. And so this concept of justice has different meanings to different people. These Yuan and a TT see justice in the method of righting a wrong through hurting people. We have discovered this, and
That is a big truth.
that is different than what we have sensed through good creatures we have encountered, which is the pursuit of righting a wrong through the helping of others. But then again, what is a moral if not your own personal perspective
Okay.
and the pursuit of self-discovery?
Okay. Thanks, philosopher.
Philosophizer.
Philosophizer.
Is
You
this
are
just
correct.
in Sav'ah's head?
Yes, just in her head. And it's a weird question, right? It's a weird question. You can see. Oh! I will add this. You can see the outline of the Firebird circle around the flump as it's talking. And it also adds in your mind only, a la Galadriel, when she speaks and then she talks
Yes.
to Frodo in your mind. Oof, what would he say? What would they say? I guess flumps don't really have a gender. They would say, the philosophizer would say, I can see that this question bears a great importance to your sister,
Ew.
concerning your sister, and a great destiny and then it stops and says, I'm sorry. We creatures are able to dig deep, sometimes impolitely so.
Can you see the bird?
I can see that you can see the bird.
Oh boy. That's pretty deep, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, these flumps float around and float you to this one tavern in the marketplace, and they open the doors, and you can see inside there are 3 figures gathered around this hearth with a very small fire that you would have been able to kind of see a little bit of smoke coming from, but they've been trying to keep it small so it's not super detectable. And you can notice that laying down, sort of injured with like a bandage wrapped around his head, is a dwarf. No armor. I believe a dwerger in like the subrace, so like a dark dwarf. You can also see this small raven-like humanoid creatures just standing there, just very like arms crossed, sort of looking at you as you come in, and like double takes. And then just sort of looks back at the dwarf, and caring for the dwarf, tending and changing bandages on him, is this female tabaxi, which is caring and soothing and like says, don't wince, damn it, I'm just trying to change your bandage.
Ron?
Oh.
Do you think you could help out the dwarf?
Hello? Are you?
Oh wait, am I the guy who can use the healing? I don't have the healing proficiency.
Are you the?
You have the potions.
Oh.
Are you the? Are you the rescue party?
Yes, we're the rescue party.
I have
Oh,
some.
you're. Oh, thank the gods.
Well, he
Thank all
can
the
make
gods.
one like out of his pack.
I'm still
yes.
soothing them with
Wait, so it's
songs.
it's a dwarf, a tabaxi, and
Tabaxi, for everyone's reference, are like cat people.
oh,
Gogeta warriors.
Yeah.
oh.
This one's kind of like a cheetah spotted.
Sorry, I have new interesting personal connotations for cat people thanks to Final Fantasy.
Gross.
No, yes, it's gross. It's bad. I'm very frustrated.
I know.
But so it's just those 2, or did I miss one?
It's 3. The Kenku,
The Kenku.
the Tabaxi.
A Kenku is what?
A Kenku is a small raven, like about the size of a halfling, raven person.
Okay, so
And she's actually got her feathers on the top of her head in like a weird feather bun. It's kind of interesting. She looks kind of old.
and the dwarf needs medical attention. Okay, I'm just going to reach.
Mm-hmm.
I this is the thing I do. Reach into my
He's our
pack.
healer.
Reach into my pack and pull out a dinky-looking healing potion.
We've tried that. He's got a few broken ribs and things. That's not going to fix that. Yeah.
How did he get that way?
Let's start from where things went all to shit. We've been down here for a few days now. We can't make it out, and we've been having trouble actually trying to get out anyway. He can't move. I can't move him. The flumps, they aren't strong. Like, she leans in like, look at them. They can barely pick up the rusted ass weapons. We can't get him out of here. And besides, it's dangerous out there.
Okay.
We came in through a drilled entranceway. That gopher over there, she just calls him Gopher because he's the gopher. That gopher drilled him to the side of the mountain, and we popped in this, I would guess, a religious district of this city. And there were 14 of us. Our guild accompanied
Blackhearts?
the Blackhearts. And then there were the 9 of us. And we heard the this hammering in the distance, and then we saw the soft glow on this weird fortress-like structure in the center. You see it, you've seen it, and so we were going to camp before exploring further and just like.
Well, what are you lacking here?
In order to what?
In order to see to this
Actually,
man's
food
injuries.
Splints in time. Like, it's broken ribs. That doesn't heal with just a potion.
I mean, we have poles and rope.
Yeah, but he's not gonna be able to move. At least not without a lot of help.
We
or-
can
have
make
mules.
a stretcher.
We have
Okay.
mules.
Okay.
Oh, that.
You
Good.
have a barbarian.
Listen.
You don't want to carry the guy.
Mind
Listen,
you, I'm
I'm-
like still singing space.
Listen, I'm not gonna go into
don't have to
detail
do much.
as to how. So we came into this temple district, which is a little northwest of here. We camped out. I was gonna go out and see what the sound, because this place looks uninhabited for the most part, except for whatever's making that noise. And then first night, we woke up to a scream, and one of the Blackheart interns was literally being devoured by this undead creature, like a ghoul or like a ghast or something, and then the camp was just in mayhem because none of the other Blackhearts were around, and there was just these ghouls attacking us everywhere, and so we just all scattered.
Ront is literally crossing the guy's name off the list.
Yeah.
As like Pierre just did that.
What?
He crossed the guy's name off as she mentioned him being devoured.
Isaac Levy?
We saw
Like a big fucking game of Clue.
it was one of the interns, and then Claudia. She didn't make it. She got tackled by a group of the ghouls, and I didn't turn around
How
to
many
see.
were there of the ghouls?
There were like 7 or 8.
Tackled, but you didn't see.
Look, she's done. Ghouls don't look. I don't think we're gonna find her
Ghouls
in one
wrap
piece.
your blood and body.
Yeah, I don't. Exactly right.
These are the ghouls that when they touch you, they paralyze
They
you.
paralyze you, and then they eat at their leisure.
Yeah.
I don't want to. We all scattered around.
I'm still singing songs,
Yeah.
mind you.
Yeah.
Sing a dirge.
The deep gnome ran into the temple, that with the big temple in that area. We saw the Warforged, the Halfling, the Dragonborn, and the Ganassi. They all ran north. The rest of us ran south. And when we got to the bridge crossing the chasm that's basically divides the city in half, the ghouls and ghasts, they stopped. And before they got over here, and then we found these flumps, and we've been trying to devise how to get out of here and how to find the others.
What happened to the deep gnome? They
ran north.
No, the deep gnome.
Deep Gnome ran into the temple.
Okay.
Now, you said you've tried to leave, but you've had difficulty.
We can't move him, and I can't getting out. I don't know any other exit, and I'm not going back there to the damn gas and ghouls. You can forget that.
So the cook is near dead.
Yeah.
Okay, first, have you eaten?
No.
Okay, we have food.
Yes.
Before we go anywhere else, let's get a stretcher made, and
We can make a stretcher out of like rope and bedroll.
Yeah.
and poles.
And
We
poles,
find-
because
yeah.
we have poles and we can finally use them.
So we'll get started on that. We'll make some food. I don't think any of us is necessarily a chef, but
Look, I can guarantee you that you can cook anything better than what Coco did.
okay.
So he may have a sweet nickname, but holy shit, his food sucked.
Okay, well we'll do that. We'll get him prepared. We found a way in.
You did?
Yes.
We came from the south, so
The south.
So gay.
Okay.
Gates that seem to have been left open.
Okay. Well, I've been able to survey and like mark some of what we think is out there. I can show you. She shows a little crude map, basically dictating where she's been able to kind of explore some of the city.
Should we look at it? Or?
Yeah. I'm gonna move closer to you guys.
And as she's going, I'm especially interested as she's showing us if she can tell us where the ghouls.
So she explains to you that north. Actually, she would be able to. She's climbed to the roof of one of the buildings, and she has been able to get a sense of what is around. She has marked on her map through climbing to the top of one of these buildings, actually to the top of one of these stone water tower, aqueduct things that she tells you about. Interestingly, she believes that's how they irrigated the city. There's no water in them in this section that she's found.
So how are they surviving?
The flumps feed off of psionic energy. The thoughts of other beings around them actually feed them. And Ront and Halexan, the philosophizer, has told you that they want you guys to, if you can, do what you can to get rid of the evil thoughts, because they will actively seek out adventurers to get rid of mind flayer colonies and other evil colonies of evil sentient creatures, because evil thoughts are like poison to them, to the flumps. Yep. So they have kind of asked you to do what you can to get rid of that. Because this is Hero Brightcliff, according to the dossier.
Meets the heroes.
Meets the Heroes Brightcliff, and she explains that she never understood why her name was Meets the Heroes Brightcliff. The Tabaxi get their names through a divination ritual. Sometimes it's very clear, sometimes it's on the head, on the nose, but they never really know. It's just part of their inner self-discovery search is discovering what their names truly mean. But you can just call her Hero. And Hero shows you this map. She explains to you that right now you're in what appears to be a marketplace. She knows that to the southwest there are some mines. She also tells you that there are some mushrooms. Part of the mines have been turned into like these mushroom farms where the dwarves dug out, or they started using that space to cultivate mushrooms for food. So there are edible mushrooms in these mines, but she knows that there are presences there. She doesn't know what. She suspects probably hook horrors, and like she noticed that there are piercers in there, so there could be a roper. The Temple District, which is
Why are we here?
Which is to the west of this weird nut shaped like a mechanical like nut and bolt hexagon thing that's literally dangling from these huge chains in this chasm. To the west of that is the Temple District. She notices that there seems to be a Colosseum building over to the east as well, which is just north of.
Is that big circular thing?
You will be east of the big circular thing with chains.
Gotcha.
The big circular thing with chains, she doesn't know what it is, but she
I see arena. Yeah.
Yeah, but she this is just her guesses at what these things are. She just knows that it's big, it's fuck off, and it looks fortified, and it's all metal. It's all fucking metal, and it's fucking big. She was able to see a palace, and what looks like maybe a prison or a military place. She was able to see that there may be a forge area. That's what she assumes this hammering you hear in the distance is.
So it's still active, you think?
For all we know, there are still dwarves here. That's for all I know, anyway.
Did we sense any? Aside
sense
from the one?
Nope, Conall didn't.
We don't have reason to believe there are any, at least not in the immediate area.
Well,
Our tracker is good at that.
Well, our hosts, she looks around at some of the flumps who are now like floating over this scene with a
Yeah.
have requested that we do something about some snake people, and she points at the Kenku, who says, "Yeah, I ain't doing any of that shit."
We'll handle that. Where are the black cards?
The Kenku speaks up and says, "Yeah, those bastards, they ran out and just left us alone. I don't really know where they went to, but they sure as hell didn't do their job. As far as I tell, we're all gonna fucking die."
You're not gonna die. You'll be okay. There's a way out, and I'll basically, actually, if you can show them the map that we have, which is...
But didn't he sense that there were more humanoid figures?
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be alive, technically?
I mean, yeah, but they don't know. They ran south.
So
the rest of their party ran north, and then two of them just got fucking...
So they ran towards the part of the map that we don't have any...
They ran
No,
Yeah, they don't want to see our map.
East. Yeah,
They don't want to see this.
Well, what I'll do then is I'll point on what they have filled out, like, to where we came from.
Yeah.
And say,
It's like you just go.
She does say she has information on that southeast part of the map. She says there's this weird suspended road, like it can be lowered on chains leading into this entranceway in the southeast, but I haven't gone there.
maybe a way out of the city into the...
Maybe.
I'll ask the Flumps, actually, if they can tell me about where they came in, how they initially found it.
Yeah. I mean, we can check it out, but as far as I know... Were you the guys who made the big loud explosions?
Yes.
Yes.
Specifically me, but yes.
And then there's an explosion outside.
Huh.
Yep. And all of the Flumps in their gear float out the cavern, and you can see outside there are 11 things sort of marching down the street. They look like they are moving in unison, and they look like they're in heavy armor.
Generally humanoid in...
They appear like that. Actually, you can see they have this sort of like red light, reddish, greenish.
Is it the same light?
Fell light. What?
Is it the same light?
It's reddish. It flips on like a sort of yellowish green. We're gonna say yellowish green light. You can look out, and these flumps are now floating towards this what looks to be a battle formation. Small, very small battle formation of 5 beings with shields in front, and then in the back are these beings with what look to be crossbows for arms that are like shooting these flumps down, just mowing down.
The flumps are actually like getting killed?
Oh, yeah. And behind them, there's this huge hulking giant thing, just sort of clunking, and you can actually see the face of this giant metal hulking colossus. The head looks metal. It almost looks like a helmet, but there's no head you can see underneath it, and it's in the shape of a cobra hood.
So this is looks like a construct?
Looks like a construct of sort. Now that you have the knowledge of the one in the back,
These are constructs.
the other 10 are constructs.